So I wanted to reveal 3 reasons why I became a vegan and why I'm gonna stay vegan. So the main reason why me and my husband Mark discovered the veganism is because of the health. So we, hi guys, hi Rachel, hi Raminta. So the main reason that I became vegan was because of the health benefits we've discovered. So we were looking for some cure or some remedies for Mark's low thyroid condition, and we were looking at different ways of eating, paleo. We've done then chiropractic. We looked into different kind of things, organic food, fresh food. Hi Ramones. So we've looked into the health areas, and then when kind of naturally it somehow progressed from paleo into veganism, and it happened just when we watched a movie called Cowspiracy. I definitely recommend it. It's an awesome movie. So health is the number one reason why we became vegan, because we discovered there's so many benefits. Hi Toma. Hi. So we discovered there's so many benefits to it. So what we felt in ourselves, me in particular, when I turned 29, I think about that time I started gaining weight a little bit. It wasn't much, it was just creeping up, maybe a kilo or 2 over kind of a few months. But that was not normal to me, because I always was called a bike in Lithuania. You know, that kind of physique where you can eat whatever you want and you never gain weight. But since about, like I said, 29, going towards 30, I started gaining a little bit of weight, and I was thinking, well, that's kind of not right. But I thought everybody says, oh, you start gaining weight about that age, so I thought maybe that's normal. Hi Sonia, hi Janet, or a few people. I've got an audience. So when I've seen the weight gain, I was thinking maybe it's just the normal way of aging. Everybody seemed to think that. But then actually with the veganism, I discovered that, from eating plants and healthier foods in general, no kind of refined and shop-bought things full of additives, I've dropped weight. In this first 6 months becoming vegan, I actually dropped about 6 kilos, I think. So that was great for me. For Mark, he felt like a relief of his symptoms. It didn't cure his low thyroid condition, but it did cure his symptoms of constipation. He was constipated all his life. So that cured it in 2 weeks' time, which was amazing. And then the other one, he used to have very cold hands and feet. So that really, really improved. And he used to have like a foggy head, and that improved a lot as well. So he felt even more benefits than I did. Another benefit that I really loved, that my nails were finally starting to grow and they were not peeling anymore. Initially, I could never, like all my life, I kind of remember myself, my nails were always like very thin, brittle, so they used to peel, and I could never have really nice nails. And now finally I don't need to worry about it, because they just grow and they are just nice and strong. So that's the health benefits. The other major reason that we kind of discovered, well, kind of after, so we went vegan for the health benefits, but then after watching all these documentaries like Cowspiracy, then also there's one called Earthlings. That's a very graphic one. This is, well, if you're curious, I would recommend you watch it, but I warn you, it's a very, very graphic movie where documentary, it's not a movie, it's documentary. It's documenting how the animal agriculture actually operates, how the animals are slaughtered, how they're treated, just everything, and just how, like, even dairy industry, how cruel it is, how like the calf is taken from her mum just hours after being born, and how they're just locked up in a pen where they can hardly move, and then obviously slaughtered for veal like just a few months later, or how the chicks are grounded as soon as they hatched. If they're a male chick, so no good for the egg laying industry, they just ground up into like animal feed or something alive. It's just, and horrible things like that. And so we watched things like that, and then it opened our eyes to this massive suffering, and from learning that these health benefits, that eating a plant-based diet, you don't get any diseases that are normally associated with animal products. So you don't get high blood pressure, you don't get heart disease. Did you know that cholesterol is only a problem for like plant eaters? The carnivores, natural carnivores like dogs or bears and lions and things like and animals like that, they don't suffer from cholesterol. Cholesterol does not affect, it doesn't clog their arteries at all. It's only for us, and it's because we are naturally physiologically plant eaters. So actually going back to the health, so I've skipped something I wanted to say. So physiologically we're actually created as plant eaters, because our intestinal tract is closer to the way the herbivore tract is. In fact, it's quite an interesting fact I just discovered today, that our intestinal tract, according to the ratio of size between the body and the size of the intestine, it's about 7 times as long as our bodies, the intestinal tract, and it's the same as the elephants. So I thought that was quite interesting. And then also our stomach pH is more acidic, which is needed to digest, not ours, the carnivores. So the carnivores need a more acidic stomach to digest meat, because meat takes longer to break down. It needs like harsher acids, and their intestinal tract is shorter, so that the meat doesn't start putrefying, it just leaves the body quickly. So guys, Tarn is saying he's been vegan for a year. Awesome, well done, good choice. So our bodies physiologically are actually made for plant eating. We're more herbivores or frugivores, like monkeys or chimpanzees. So that's about the health. For the animals, like I say, it's obvious that if we don't eat meat, we don't kill or torture the animal. Even dairy, like I say, it's people don't realize that dairy is cruel. It's very cruel, because obviously the cows need to be artificially inseminated, and then the calves taken away from them. They cry for hours or days even, actually, and they always pump for milk, and as soon as they are spent, so their normal lifespan should be like 20-25 years, but in the intensive farming industry, in intensive dairy, they only live to be about 5, even if that. And as soon as they're kind of not giving enough milk anymore, they're just slaughtered for your hamburgers. So it's just so that was the second point. And then the third point is for the planet. So Cowspiracy, the movie that we watched, was the movie that made me realize that actually animal agriculture is not only hurting animals, but it's also hurting the planet, because the animals, their farts, if you like, from the eating all the the food they're given, are the methane is so much stronger ozone destroyer than CO2 is. So obviously you've got tons and tons of animals releasing those gases. They say that actually the animal agriculture produce more gases than the whole transport industry combined. Okay, so that tells you something. And for some reason, Greenpeace and all these organizations, they never mention animal agriculture. They always just talk about coal and like oil and other pollutants, but really when you think about it, that's even a bigger problem than all of the other bits combined. So that's a massive. And also you get from pig farms especially, you get all this like dirty sludge and feces kind of water that sits in these cesspools. And they also, a lot of times, the farms are near rivers, so the water just actually contaminates rivers, goes into rivers, and creates like dead zones. Fish die out in like miles and miles from in the river from the farm. So that's a big problem. And also monocultures, so where they cut the Amazon forest to accommodate, growing lots and lots of, sorry guys, I'll have to switch off my alarm. 1 second. So monocultures, they actually cut out Amazon forest so that they could grow crops, soy in particular, to feed all the livestock. And you need about, is it 7 or 10 times more grain to feed to an animal to get 1 kilo, of beef. So you would have like 7 kilos of feed that you could, feed humans, sorry. So you could have like either, some corn or soy or other grain that you could actually feed starving humans, instead of, feeding the animals. Then you would just get 1 pound of meat from that. So it's very inefficient and is destroying forests as well. So that's for the planet. And I think I've been rambling on for a while, guys. And the last bonus point, I said 3 points, but the 4th point, why I'm vegan and I'm staying vegan and it's great to be vegan, is because vegan people are so cool. They're just really friendly, compassionate, and cool to be around. So so let me know if you've got any questions or if you want to say something. Oh, my husband just joined. You missed the party. So if you want to give me some comments, leave me some questions, I'll be happy to answer them.